So what does a balance sheet look like? The balance sheet mostly looks like this. So when you look at the balance sheets of big companies, okay, companies which are listed in the market, or companies, or even if you're looking at balance sheet of your company, the company that you are working for, or if you're an entrepreneur, your company's balance sheets, it will largely have these 4 or 5 sections, which I have colored for you. So let's take the right hand side, which is the asset side. So what is the asset? The top most section is the fixed asset. Fixed asset क्या होता है? The assets that the company owns. So what does the asset means? Machinery, property. उसने office खरीदी उस company ने, तो वो asset हो जाता है. That company bought a laptop. So that means it has paid for that laptop. वो laptop अब उस company का part हो गया है. So that becomes a fixed asset. That company bought a truck because they have to deliver material from one place to another. So that becomes an asset for the company. So everything that the company has bought, it could be a machinery, it could be property, it could be land, it could be, any product or anything that the company has bought, that goes in the fixed assets. Okay, let me complete the asset side and then I will take the questions, some of your questions. Okay, so asset के बाद क्या आता है? Current assets. अभी current assets में क्या होता है? Current assets are basically, नाम से क्या मिलता है? Current asset basically, current means something very recent. What does current word mean? Current word means very recent, something which is short term, right? So current assets mean short term asset, that assets which are for short term. So what are short term? For example, bank balance. आज कंपनी के बैंक में there could be 10 lakh rupees. Tomorrow it has to pay salaries, and now the bank balance has went to zero because it had to pay the salaries. Today the company may not have any money for that matter, and tomorrow one of its big customers had paid the money. So then the company might have 50 lakh rupees. So you see the bank balance keeps changing. Even your personal bank account, उसका भी बैलेंस रोज चेंज होता रहता है ना. आप कुछ पेमेंट करते हो, खर्चा करते हो, कुछ पैसा आता है आपके पास. So all that keeps happening. The coming and going keeps happening. Okay, so that is what current asset means. So current assets are mostly cash, bank. अगर कोई मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी है, so they may have produced something, right? So if you are a company which is, let's say you're producing phones or you're producing clothes, so you manufactured, let's say you manufactured 1,000 t-shirts. So you've manufactured that, but in next 3 days, 4 days, you will sell those t-shirts, right? So then that 1,000 t-shirt will keep going down, maybe 900, and then 800, and then 500, and then 200, and then you'll add more production, right? So this assets keep changing. So something which keeps changing very frequently is something what we call current assets. Okay, liability side, which is the left side. अभी क्या है, liability side में you will find something called equity and reserves. Mostly this is something that you'll find in companies, but if you have a partnership firm or if you have a proprietorship firm, you will see partners capital. उसका क्या मतलब हुआ? What does it mean basically? If I am starting a business and if I have put my 10 lakh rupees, वो balance sheet पे कहाँ दिखाएगा? वो यहाँ दिखाएगा, equity में. What does equity mean? Equity means the ownership. So who owns that business? I own that business. I have invested 10 lakh rupees. So that 10 lakh rupees of investment will be shown in the equity side. Okay, now once, let's say now I ask you to become my partner and you also invest 10 lakh rupees, so you will become a partner in my company, right? So you will also become an owner in my company, so your investment will also show here. Now let's say we do super great business and out of this 20 lakhs, 10 lakh of mine, 10 lakh of yours, we made 5 lakh rupees of profit. Profit is खरीदी बेची खर्चा कर करके everything, sale, purchase minus expenses, what is left with the company. So let's say we make 5 lakh rupees of profit. Where will that get added? वो पैसा किसका है? ओनर का है ना, जिसने पैसा लगाया उसका होता है वो पैसा, because whatever profit you make in your business belongs to the owner. So that will show in that first left-hand side bracket or box, which is reserves, because that eventually belongs to the owner of the company. Okay, so that's equity and reserves. Now, in bigger companies, or let's say companies which are listed in share market, this equity is distributed to various people, right? Various, not just various, it's lakhs of people, right? Lakhs of people become the owners of that company. Percentages सबके कम ज़्यादा होते हैं. Now, if let's say today you own 10 shares of ITC, you are basically in the equity of the company. You have that percentage holding of that equity of the company. उतना हिस्सा कंपनी का आपको belong करता है, and so you are reflected on that side. Now let's come to the next, which is loan. Now, not all companies, whenever they need money, people go to banks, right? So even for us, let's say you are not a business owner. If you have to buy a house, you have to buy a car, who do you go to? You go to bank, or you swipe your credit card. Even that is a loan, right? You have to repay that money back to someone. So when you have taken some money which you have to repay after a period of time, let's say 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, 5 years, that is called loan. लोन मतलब उधार, मैंने किसी से उधार लिए वो पैसे. So if I have taken a home loan, that is a loan. I have taken that loan from the bank, right? And it is, where is it shown? It is shown after the equity of the company, because what is most of the companies, especially large companies, this loan, which is also called debt, DEBT, is a very huge amount. Because not only do they go to the market, share market, raise money from aam janta like us, they also go to banks and raise thousands of crores. Now when you take these loans from banks, most of the time you have to give assets as your mortgage. Now what is a mortgage? Mortgage is that you're saying, hey, I'm taking 5 lakh rupees from you because I have to buy a car. But today, if I am not able to repay the EMI on this 5 lakh rupees, you can take my car back. So the car doesn't belong to you. The car actually belongs to them. It's mortgaged to them. Okay, it's mortgaged to the bank, and that's what mortgage means. Now you may take loan from bank. You may even take loan from your friends, your father, your mother, your sister, husband, wife, any rich friend you have or who is wanting to invest in your company. So this is something where the money goes. Anything which you have to repay back is called loan. On loan, most of the times you have to pay interest, which is anywhere today 6% to 12%, or sometimes in personal loans. If you really want a lot of money and you go to companies which give you personal loans, they will even charge 17% and 18%, which is very, very high right now. So this is where loan is. Now let's understand current liabilities. What is current liabilities? Opposite of current asset. Current asset is something which I can sell within a year and convert it to money. Current liability is something which I have to give back within a year from my bank account. So current liability को repay करने के लिए bank account कम हो जाता है. Your bank has 10 lakh rupees of balance, and remember, I have to pay money to Anushi, I think. So I have to pay her money because I bought fabrics from her. So I have to pay her that money. So out of that 10 lakh rupees I have in my bank account, 2 lakh rupees I have to give to her, and that goes away. So that money, my money in my bank account has gone down by 2 lakh rupees, but मुझे किसी को पैसे देने थे, वो मैंने दे दिए. So that is current liability. What else could be current liability? Electricity bill, rent bill, salary to your employees, taxation. Every month we have to pay GST to the government. If you're not paying GST, that also goes in current liabilities. So every liabilities which has to pay within a year's time goes into current liability. Okay, so this is roughly the broad breakup of balance sheet. One number in front of all of them.